Hey everyone, today we got Object 268, the tier 10 tank destroyer, the Russian one, which recently been buffed. And I don't know why they buffed this tank, because in my opinion this tank was good before. Now it's a little bit better, I would say. Not OP, not broken, but it's a very enjoyable tank to play. But anyway, let's jump to the battle and let's see what he's capable. Let's see what kind of field modifications or equipment did we use and what he's actually are able to do in the battle. I love this tank, by the way. Let's go. So the first battle we got steps, and in this battle we are obviously a pretty good matchmaking tier 9s, and we're going to try to use improve aim, rammer, and turbo. As you can see, it's a standard because I'm just trying to enjoy this tank. I'm not try-harding or something. So let's try to boost a little bit this battle. Usually I'm always taking in kind of very beginning position, which is a position at B8 to see can we get early damage, but I will a little bit accelerate because it's nothing actually happened, enemy wasn't there. So let's jump straight away forwards and let's see what's gonna happen. So anyway, as you can see, we rotated the whole map and we get back to the heavy line, even though while trying to rotate, heavies went down as well, same as middle. So it's 2 to 3. And what we're going to try to do, we're going to try to take a free position, a 2 should I say, and try to support our allies. And this tank, DPM, is really great in my opinion. With standard equipment, it goes to 13.3 second reload time, which is a great, right? I would say really great reload time for 750 alpha, right? Plus with such a great penetration, which is amazing standard round penetration, which is 303 millimeters penetration, and the premium rounds can be heat rounds with nearly 395, and obviously high explosions 90 millimeters with 1100 alpha. And there are of course perks and new perks which can increase your shell velocity, right? So the shell velocity can be boosted, and 950 is not bad, quite slow, but you can make it even better. But yeah, anyway, holding this position, as you can see, this position can be really nasty for enemy to push forwards. And this tank, I don't know why, but I'm enjoying a lot. The accuracy in this tank is great, the DPM is great, because why not? Even with this kind of setup, it works pretty well. Although I would highly recommend, if you go with the tryhard setup, experimental level 3 turbo, I would go. Aiming unit, if not, then the bone vents and the bone rammer. And that would be perfect equipment for open maps, and for close distance maps I would go for experimental level 3, HP obviously, turbo level 3, and the rammer bond, although. And this kind of setup would be my main setups if I would go for a try-hard setup. But in this game we went with the standard equipment, and as you can see, it works pretty well, right? It works pretty well. You can rotate quite easily, you can push quite easily, and the gun works really good in my opinion. Especially it's 750 alpha and you got 13 seconds reload. That's pretty good, I would say. That is definitely good. Taking out Arthur after pushing forwards, we're being and trying to be a little bit brave, although pushing alone one flank is not really smart, to be fair. And what are we gonna try to do now? Try to use the bushes, but in the same time 50 TP is for some reason in the middle, same as Rambo. So we're gonna try to give him one and try to get covered by the rocks from the right side. Snatching Rambo into the back for 795, although we didn't aim again for too long. And now enemy 50 TP pushing forwards, and he actually managed to bounce us. And talking about bouncing, this tank is, let's say, trollish armored, okay? What I mean by saying trollish armored, well, you can see by yourself, this is against the 50 TP standard rounds. So if you're in a hold down, or he's against you in a hold down, and you try to wiggle as much as possible, it's very easy to actually ricochet the shell. And even the side scraping as well. So sometimes don't be surprised that you're gonna actually ricochet, right? And obviously in this kind of awful situation, we can't ricochet Arthur shells, and we're losing a lot of hit points, being stunned for a very long time. But on the end, we got 4.4 thousand with 1.3 thousand blocked and 3.6 thousand assistance. So that's a great performance, right? My opinion, I would say. The tank is capable to deal this kind of performance and be very aggressive. at the same time, but you need to know the map, I would say, because if you got double tracked, you can easily end up your game quick, very quick. For example, in this situation, oh, you does all free. Find our bot and he double tracked us and he took out us from the game. GG. He went there. It was right on my right side. Very smart you does though. He was right in that bush. And just like that, we got 4.4 thousand damage with great assistance and some block. I mean, I'm enjoying this tank, trust me. I'm truly enjoying this tank. Anyway, next game we got highway. And in this map, we could actually use the open map setup, which is improve aim, vents, and driver. But I'm gonna play in the front line. I'm gonna try to prowl and bang enemy heavies instead of just camping in the back. Although my object 268, so you will see they will do exactly what I just said. So anyway, let's boost quickly into the position and let's try to give the crossfire for AMX50B because he's really fast tank. And I was predicting that he's actually going to push, although prediction wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. So we took this position to give the crossfire, although instead of 50B, there was IS-7 who crossed like we predicted, and we managed to give him one shot to the side for 809. That's pretty good, I would say. And also weird thing is that we didn't get spotted. Strange, right? But yeah, I don't know. Talking about the camo, I guess, right? We can talk about the field modifications. And it's pretty simple, pretty standard triangle field modifications. First on the left, second for dispersion, third one for view range. And the last two, I went for a camo net because why not? It's pretty nice boost for your camo. And I'm using turbo, so your reverse speed will be quite great. And the last one, I did not use anything. I did not want to reduce my mobility or reduce my DPM. Although the DPM, it's not a huge difference, but any second, it's important second, right? So yeah, after taking the crossfire for IS-7, we decided to push forwards and try to take another crossfire position. And that worked really well. We managed somehow ricochet ST or absorb ST2 heat round because he shoots to the side. So we got a quite good armors if we angle like this and he shoots like that. Predicting IS-7 that he gonna push, taking him out from the game, and just like that we got already 2.1000. I don't know, if you know positioning and you know timings, this tank will be really super great. And you got mobility and 13 seconds reload. I mean, what else you need? 750 alpha and this kind of great penetration for the standard rounds or even premium rounds, that can work really super well in my opinion. And as you can see on the minimap, for example, my object 268, two of them sniping in the back, that's fine. That's fine. But if you know positions like this, that you can get crossfire, and the crossfire can be quite easily to made. Like even this one, I tried really bad. The trades were really bad. I mean, not for me, for him. He gave us 481 damage and we gave him 814. So being triangle in the front line is a quite good choice because you're gonna increase your chance to win the game, definitely in heavy line. Although it's 4-5 and we are down by a lot of hit points and my E1 Honda trying to pick, let's say, bad sideways and 121P going to get down as well. My Type 71 is not the best HP owner anymore, so my decision was just run away. Sayonara! Hasta la vista. After trying to run away, we're gonna try to take upper ground or hold down, and we're gonna try to, I don't even know, deal some crossfire, and that's best thing what you can do for now at this point. And as you can see now, those two objects who were also behind can support your allies. Although GP's pushing in the front, MX-50 pushing in the front, and this kind of situation is quite dangerous. And like in this situation, we're gonna try to predict MX-50B push. We did predict that, and our aim was bad. We aimed for upper plate. Never aim for upper plate for 50B or even lower plate, I would say. Just shoot to the turret and you will be easy to go and easy penetrate him. Unless you're gonna have really bad RNG. Although, never aim to upper plate. I always ricochet, and you will as well. Why didn't you turret? Anyway, moving on. As you can see in this situation, this position can work really well. We're taking out Object 268 version 5 from the game. We're tracking him and dealing a juicy 747 damage. And it's 7 to 9. We lost the ally who was in the middle of the map. So we got no map control. We got 2 artists in the back. So what do we have to do now? Just push forwards. We got still HP 1.5 thousand, which is not the best one, but we have to push forwards. Unfortunately, we're getting spotted, so AMX knows what's gonna happen, and he will be probably ready. He is ready. We're shooting him into the turret. Bounce 1 in our gun, although he penned 2, and he's on the reload, and we are capable to take him out from the game, although there is a 2 artist, so we can get a really nasty side shots. Can we avoid that? Taking out AMX. And now we're gonna try to stick our tank next to the building and try to avoid the shells from RTs. Although, strange or not, but no one didn't shoot us. So anyway, we're trying to retake control of the city. And that's working pretty well so far because T-57, DBV and Type 71 rotated. And now they left the city. And Jack Tiger is alone in the field. So we're taking out him from the game. So we can get a whole map control. Sorry, old city map control, and control the city and give some crossfire for enemy E4. So sometimes instead of just sitting in the back, you probably need to just push forwards and try to win back your flank. Otherwise, more likely we would be dead already. And now we are capable to give the crossfire for E4 and Type 71. So any extra damage will be perfect. Once again, it's all about rotation, right? All about the knowledge in the situation or map or crossfire positioning. So never be afraid. Sometimes camping, I agree, can work really way better than actually brawling in the front because you can over brawl, let's say like that. Object 268 now is over brawling because he can get easily crossfire from Type 71 because of his hold down abilities. Although it's good for us because he's gonna get spotted and we're gonna shoot him. And that costs for him 99% of HP. And just like that, we got 6.2 thousand damage already. It's a beautiful tank, in my opinion. No turret, I know, it's horrible, no turret, it's horrible. But it works. As long as you know what you're doing, it works, right? And with the great setup in this tank, can work really super fast, everything. And the PM in this tank is just massive, in my opinion. 13 seconds, once again, can work really super good, super good. Unfortunately, in this situation, it's 10 to 14. Obviously, I got no hit points anymore. Enemy control, a whole map. I've been flanked. I will try to get one more extra shot, but DBV, unfortunately, was already pre-aimed at me. And he took out from the game. 6.9 thousand damage and 1,000 assistance. Unfortunately, we also got a crash, as always, so we can't see the final result. Anyway, let's try to take another third battle in Ellenberg. And I did few battles in this tank, I think so 4 or 5 today. And I decided to play as long till I gonna win. And it took 4 or 5 games to actually win the game. At least one. So anyway, in this situation we're gonna use the standard equipment, improve aim, turbo and rammer because it works really fine and this map is kind of corridor. So let's take to the position, which I kind of like it. And the position is E2 and from that position it's quite dangerous. Especially when there is RTs. Or some redlining triangles. They can give you crossfire, but in the same time, you can give them. So, trying to get to the position over here and overpick from this ridge and give some crossfire for people who is crossing over here. It's kind of dangerous. And there is, for example, E4 trying to get to position and give the crossfire for my allies. Although, we gave him really nasty one and he lost already 700 HP. Keep that in mind, he had 3 marks of excellence. Which means he knows what he's doing, but in the same time, we were just a little bit faster. And he lost quite a lot of hit points for that. So, happy days for us. And I like this position. And this position quite often working out really well. And you can get a lot of crossfire for enemy if they're crossing the bridge and trying to push your heavy line. So, it can work, trust me, it can definitely work. Although, as I said, you can get punishment. Because people in the H7 position can give you a nasty crossfire. And if there is a FV405, you're gonna lose a lot of HP quite quickly. Although, just like that, we got already 2 shots, quite easy shots. Emil is paid, E4 is kind of paid. So, and we're not getting crossfire, which is, I don't even know, probably we are lucky. We should get shot already from FV, for example, but we don't. So we're gonna wait till we're gonna get. And just like that, we got already a pretty nice game. Nothing too special, but half of the way with our HP, so that's pretty good. And we're gonna try to wait till get a shot on E4 because he's doing wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. He's trying to get, I don't even know what he's trying to get, and then he's giving us an easy butthole shot, and we're taking out him from the game. That was a weird play by him. Obviously, he maybe were greedy and tried to shoot my allies, but although he paid full price for that. Anil's still there. He's waiting till gonna get shot from us. We're taking him one into the cheeks, upper plate, 720, and we are on 6-3. That's a finally, I will spoil this battle. That's a finally victory for us. And yeah, we didn't do a lot, but in the same time, taking this position, we made sure that enemy gonna lose a very important HP. I think so that E4 was quite important for this game, although he made a small mistake, so we can eliminate him from the game quite fast. And at the same time, our team with Light Tank, who just died, and Char Futur somehow having a full map, so we can actually give an easy crossfire for enemy and object, 263 taking that quite easily. And just like that, we got 3.5 thousand already. So now we're gonna try to give the crossfire for enemy heavies, and let's see if that can work or not, because I don't think so they're even expecting this. As you can see, they're not even looking at us. Trying to shoot to Tiger Mouse, where he's a Amarok standing kind of, well, at least for Mouse standing there, but unfortunately no criticals. WZ is also ignoring us. Are you ready to get spanked in the face? Would be nice to have Amarok, my friend, okay? 12-8, and we got 5.1 thousand. Ignoring WZ because I want to shoot the heavies, although paying full price. He giving us one, we taking him out from the game, then 60p giving us. Come here, Blade. Come here! Let's talk. You tell me. DPM is great in this tank. Accuracy is really good in my opinion. The downside is probably no turret, and that's it. Victory! Overall, with this tank today, we played 4 battles and 1 victory out of 4, but we played with the almost 5.5 thousand DPG and 1.3 thousand assistance. I'm enjoying this tank, trust me. And when I have a good time and when I have a free time, I'm playing with it. And even with the tryhard setup, can work really well. We got 85 battles and nearly 100% without gold and holding 4.2 thousand average damage with 700 assistance. Soon I will get 100%, and soon we're gonna do again review about this tank. Anyway, I like this tank. Hope you as well. And hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and see you soon. Bye bye.